Hello everybody, this is the Shockinator 1000 here reporting for duty, and immediately I'm actually kind of like sorry about having to sort this out, the brightness and everything, because you can hardly see the screen at all. There we go. Well, you still can't see certain writing or something, but whatever. You can pretty much tell from the setting here about what game we're actually playing, and also the title of the video as well. Because last time that we did a game in the series, we was doing the Hooplock Nuzlocke on Brilliant Diamond. But now, welcome to my realm, located beyond both time and space. It is well that thou art here. I am that which humans call Arceus. Now, I wish to know thine appearance. Usually, I do tend to actually be like the boys in the main story, but in this occasion, I'm actually going to choose to be the girl. And my female self is known as Bella, but my actual name is Ash. So don't have to concern yourself too much about that personally. Bella, soon thou shalt find thyself in a world strange to thee. A world inhabited by wondrous creatures that humans call Pokémon. I hope you can actually hear me doing this, by the way. Seek out all Pokémon, and thou shalt find me once more. Yeah, I don't know if you actually heard my voice at all during that, but I was trying to do a voice for Arceus, and I don't think it worked. But it's not like we're going to be talking as him every single time. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pokemon Legends Arceus. A game I absolutely really do enjoy playing, and is also the game where I have actually obtained a significant amount of shiny Pokemon in my history of playing this game for the past 2 days. So I don't know what to expect for Pokemon Legends Arceus, knowing the fact that we did get announced in February last year of Nintendo planning a game of Pokemon Legends ZA, but nearly 1 year since first being told about that game, and we still not received any teaser trailers for the game yet. And I'm hoping that Nintendo get off their backside and actually start working on the goddamn game, because everyone's looking forward to it. Oh, do wake up, won't you? Sorry, I actually didn't wake up earlier on. Are you alive, my girl? You gave me quite a shock falling from the sky like that. But thank goodness you seem unharmed. Who are you? I'd like to ask you the same. I mean, you fell out of the sky, you understand. Now, come. Who in the world does that? I must say, your clothing is unusual. You wouldn't happen to have an acquaintance in these parts, would you? I don't know. I see. You seem to be in a bit of a pickle. Might I offer some directions? Do you have somewhere around here you could stay? So you don't even know anyone here, and you don't even know where to spend the night. Well, this is a proper pickle indeed. Are you quite sure you were able to survive? I don't know what to do. I see. Well, no gentleman would abandon a person in such need. Oh my, I'd completely forgotten. I had just caught up with these 3 runaway Pokémon when you tumbled out of the sky. It's almost as if they knew you'd appear here. Ah, but you even know what a Pokémon is? Yeah, of course I do. My, that's a relief. Though you fell from the sky, it seems you have some common ground, eh? Yes, well, these 3 Pokémon belong to me, mysterious creatures that they are. Oh yes, and what might your name be? Oh, so you're called Bella. That name has quite a ring to it. I imagine it must have some lovely meaning. Oh, but I do apologize. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Laventon. I am something of a Pokémon professor. That is to say, I'm a scholar seeking to deepen our understanding of Pokémon. Yes, Pokémon such as these 3 will... They went away. Oh, blast and bother, my darling Pokémon! Why must you run from me again? I'm not trying to make him have a British accent because I am technically British. It's just a little bit funny trying to do it because the way how he talks almost sounds like he would be British anyway, but I'm not saying that he is. I'm terribly sorry, but do you think you could help me round them up? I beg you. Wait, you 3! Wait! I'm not even going to try doing voice clips and whatever, because I just a second had a little something to eat. I still got something to eat now, because I haven't actually ate my dinner fully. But, yeah. I will have something else to eat momentarily, shortly, so don't worry about that. Right, there's a glowing, beeping object over there. We'll go over there and investigate. And remember the cell phone that was falling with your character as you selected it when you saw that introduction? This is that phone. However, it looks different. It's probably your phone, but it's changed shape. You feel a strange power emanating from it. A message appeared on the screen. I bestow upon thee this Arc phone, and thy mission, seek out all Pokémon. Just like how every single Pokemon game is known to be. There's Laventon over there, so we're going to head over there and actually have a chat with him. Alas, yet another miss. I'm glad you've come to my rescue, my new friend from the sky. I tried catching my little runaways by tossing some Pokeballs their way, but I'm not the best at the sorts of thing, you see. I'd love to give you a go at it, but perhaps I should tell you a bit about these 3 first. Now that one is Rowlet. Rowlet can photosynthesize like a plant, and apparently it battles using its sharp feathers. That one over there is Cyndaquil. The fire burning on Cyndaquil's back will flare up whenever it is surprised or irate. The Pokemon near the pond is Oshawott. Oshawott naps while floating on the water, and it can battle using the shell-like object on its belly. Oh my, I nearly forgot to cover the most crucial thing, how to go about catching Pokémon. Here you are, my girl. Pokeballs. Throw these at the Pokemon that you need to catch them. You obtain 50 Pokeballs at the start of this. But that won't do for an explanation, will it? I do apologize. Let me be more thorough. Now, I've mentioned already that Pokemon are strange, marvelous creatures. What's so strange about them, you ask? Well, each and every Pokemon is able to shrink itself down to minuscule size. And that's where Pokeballs come in. Pokeballs are a recent invention, you see. Throw one of them at the Pokemon and why, the Pokemon will shrink down to fit inside the bowl. Comfy as can be. And with that, you've caught a Pokemon. I know we've just met, but I'm afraid I've no one else to turn to. I'd be awfully grateful if you could catch my 3 runaways. Now the proper technique is to take aim at the Pokemon, then let the ball fly. It's quite simple. Though far be it from me to say so, I suppose, given my own dire lack of skill in this area. So, the way how you control the game, throwing the Pokeballs. You can hold down the ZR button on your Joy-Con or Pro Controller to prepare ready to throw a Pokeball at any Pokemon that happens to be nearby. However, what it doesn't tell you, it doesn't tell you it yet, but if a Pokemon happens to be on screen, you can target it with ZL. If you push down B, you get to put yourself in a little crouch maneuver so you can actually sneak up on Pokemon from behind. If you get a back strike on a Pokemon, you have a significant better chance of catching the Pokemon because you're catching them by surprise. However, it doesn't always work. It's not like, oh, you hit a Pokemon with a back strike, you're guaranteed to catch it every single time. Sometimes it will fail. Oh, wonderful, you caught a Pokemon. It seems you're quite the knack of this Pokemon catching business, fella. Surely a useful skill to have around here. Only 2 of my darling runaways left now. Still, this is most unusual. You don't seem fearful of Pokemon in the slightest. So, okay, this is the first person view if you're holding on the ZL when you're not locking onto a Pokemon. So now we're going to head up to Rowlet. I know it's actually kind of a little bit ironic, really, because we could go into a little bit more detail about Legends Arceus, but at this very moment, it's a little bit too soon to mention practically everything. Alright, that animation you saw of the Pokeball, I hate that animation. When you see it do one single hop in the ground, you know you caught the Pokemon. But if you see the ball in the air go boing, 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 and then land on the ground, that means you got a 50-50 chance of catching the Pokemon. I'm not going to bother reading the text anymore. So next up, we're going to catch Oshawott. And this will show you the definition of you try to catch a Pokemon and it will not work. Yes, I'm afraid that can happen. Pokeballs are hardly 100% foolproof to give them a go. Yeah. Whichever Pokemon you choose to catch third, it will always fail on the first Pokeball that you throw at them to demonstrate the definition about Pokemon breaking out of the Pokeball. But then the second time you throw a Pokeball, it will 100% succeed. And as I mentioned, they both... Oh yeah, okay, right. I must say, Rella, I was taken aback by how well you used Pokeballs. How is it that you catch Pokemon so ably when you're only just arrived here? One can't help but think there's a reason you appeared here and now. Seek out all Pokemon? That object is an Arc phone, you say? What an odd device. Could it be guiding you somehow? If you'll indulge me for a moment, there's something I'd like to share with you. You see, I have a dream to compile this region's first complete record of its Pokemon. We in the field call such a catalogue a Pokédex. So it's giving the impression that Legends Arceus is where the Pokédex originally debuted. Because of reasons I will explain later on. Yeah, I know it's actually kind of like bothersome for me to actually say that constantly because it's like I want to say the reason, but I can't say it too soon. So yeah, we'll help you, Professor Lavington. Just skip the entire dialogue. And you notice how you said the name of the place, Jubilee Village. You remember when we played Brilliant Diamond, we entered a place called Jubilee City. So, in Brilliant Diamond we had Jubilee City, and in this game it's Jubilee Village. You see a little bit of a minor connection with that. Thank you for your tireless work. Keeping us safe, my good Scotsman. This young lady was of great assistance to me and my Pokémon, so I hope you'll forgive my bringing her into the village for a bit. And here are the inhabitants of Jubilee Village. Not really a lot. This way, if you please. Jubilee Village is come a long way thanks to the fine people at the Galaxy Expedition Team. This road we're on now is known as the locals at Canale Avenue. The village was built scarcely 2 years ago. There's much... God's sake. Alright. Galaxy Hall headquarters. Yeah, there are people that actually will be commenting on you walking past them because it's like, who the heck is this person? And that. Oh, botheration, I've almost forgotten. I need to go and report that we successfully recovered the escaped Pokémon. Might I ask you to wait for me at the canteen? It's just past this bridge here, then to the left. The Wallflower is called. Somehow, your ARC phone seems to show you where you need to go next. The map and markers. Use the minus button to view the map on your ARC phone. You can consult the map for guidance to your next destination and information on your missions and requests. You will also see guidance markers when you're out exploring or running around the village. If you're not sure where to go next, stop and look around in all directions to try and spot one of these markers, then head for it. So, speaking of missions, we can't really talk about it just yet, but we will have missions unlocked momentarily. And you notice something up there. That Galaxy Hall has something connected to the pipeworks that looks a lot like Galarian wheezing. A little bit of an Easter egg right there, referencing of Sword and Shield. But here's the Wallflower. Well, now, aren't you awfully suspicious? The Wallflower's for Galaxy Team folk only. We don't have seats for outsiders. Move along. Who in the world are you, and what's that bizarre garb you're wearing? A Pokemon could slice right through those flimsy excuses for clothes. For you to get in here somehow someone must have vouched for you. Was it Professor Lavington? Do you two know each other? He's from a region a long way off. Not the most reliable sort, though, letting Pokemon run off and giving him the slip and all. 3 more of them got away just a while ago. If I hadn't been resting up after some Pokemon dropped me with a move called Thundershock, I'd have corralled them for sure. But the Professor, well... Unfortunately, it's just as he says. I'm as clumsy as sort of a fellow, to put it mildly. But everything will be quite alright now. Bella here has agreed to help us with our Pokédex. As in, she's going to join the Survey Corps? What makes you think that's a good idea? We can't just take in any misfit who wanders out of the wilderness. I'll allow it. Yeah, pay very close attention to certain characters in this game, because I will be pointing some stuff out. Assuming the individual can contribute to the Survey Corps, that is. I am the captain of the Galaxy Team's Survey Corps. You may call me Saline. Professor Lavington has told me how you helped secure his Pokemon when they slipped out of control. And now it seems he would like us to feed and house you in exchange for your ongoing labour. You look to be 15 or so. Quite old enough to work for your keep. But we can't simply take on a stranger who wanders in amongst us without any idea of their skills or origins. Tomorrow we shall see if you can prove yourself worthy. Most reasonable decision, yep. Now, would you care to join us for a meal? I'm sure you've got plenty of questions for our visitor. That's quite alright. I prefer to eat alone, so I might appreciate my meals without distraction. Aloof as always, I see. Well, no matter. The rest of us can share a meal and some pleasant conversation then, eh? Benny, old chum, the usual potato mochi if you please, but make it for 3 today. Yeah, literally, every single time in Legends Arceus when it's like Lavington is wanting a meal, it's always potato mochi. Every single time. Wonderful stuff, Benny. Much obliged. Your potato mochi never fails to please. It's like he never knows how to cook anything else. Why did you find this stranger in the first place, Professor? Ah, well, you know that great hole in the sky. The one people call the space-time rift? Our new friend fell right out of it. Was that a joke? And he nods his head yes. Come now, I am a scientist. My job is to observe and explain any and all phenomena. I concern myself only with facts. Now, you already know there are many Pokemon here in the Hishui region. Sure, they're all over the place. In the grass, in the forests, in the ocean. It's up to us in the Survey Corps to study them and figure out what kind of creatures they are. Well, we know this much. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. It's all but impossible to know what kinds of Pokemon powers they might possess or what sorts of wondrous things they can do. But that's where Bella will come in. She successfully caught 3 Pokemon. 3 of them in quick order, you will understand. Nobody in the Galaxy team is capable of a feat such as that. This means we can finally begin our Pokemon research in earnest. That's really something. We count ourselves lucky when we manage to catch a single wild Pokemon while fending off their attacks. Ah, well, to be perfectly fair, the Pokemon that fled to the beach weren't on the attack. But the key to catching Pokemon is getting close enough to aim your Pokeball well, and it seems our new friend is fearless enough to do just that. Does the Survey Corps really have a leeway to be enjoying a leisurely meal with this outsider? Your captain just ordered 10 whole portions of potato mochi, you know. The slow progress on that Pokédex of yours clearly has her on edge. I'm sure we'll start bereining the good captain's stress eating soon enough. Now, have your fill, Bella, and think. If you make it into the Galaxy team, you'll never have to worry about a meal again. The team provides for all of its members' needs, even if said members fell out of the sky. So yeah, you're noticing, he's mentioning Galaxy. In Brilliant Diamond, we had a group of bad guys called Team Galactic. And Galaxy is a reference to Galactic. So, you're seeing a trend going on here. And also, Rai looks a lot like Lucas. And the other, who we're playing as, she's originally known as Akari. And she is basically known to be similar looking to dawn. And they call this land the Hishui region. But is it actually the Hishui region? And Silene here, you might not actually get the quote straight away, but she is similar to another character in the Sinnoh region. She is similar to Team Galactic's boss, Cyrus. So that means the Hishui region is the Sinnoh region from 1,000 years ago. Yeah, our character has travelled back in time and probably entered a space-time distortion to enter a region that's similar to the Sinnoh region but is slightly different to actually being known as the Sinnoh region, yet still screams a similarity vibe of the Sinnoh region. So, we're going to have our character go to sleep, and in the next episode, we are going to start a brand new day here in Jubilife Village. See you guys then.